Hello everybody, so today we bring you something a little different and something very, very new. And what we have on the back is a demonstration baler, a Massey Ferguson belt baler, round baler. It's so new, it's been here such a short time, I can't even remember the number on the side of it. So what we'll do, once we get to the field, we'll have a quick look round, and we've got to get on. We're going to bale some straw today, or this evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's not going to be a long stint on the baler. Ben is already here with our own class baler. He's made a start because rain is forecast in the next 2 hours. So we're lucky. Chandler's have sent us in this baler, a demo baler, see what we think of it, see how we get on. So what I think we'll do, we'll just get going, get some bales made, and then we'll have a proper look around it later on, later in the video, which will probably be in reality tomorrow, probably when it's raining. So what I'll do, I'll get set up, probably just let the camera run to do its thing, because you know, this is all new to me. So I'll just put the camera on and see what happens, and make a few bales just to get the hang of things, mostly, first of all. So right, let's get to the field. So there we go, it is a 4160V RB. So it's variable chamber. I think it will go up to a 5-foot bale. We are at the moment, we're set to 4 foot, because I want to give a fair comparison to our class, because our class is a fixed chamber 4-foot bale. What I'm hoping to do is run alongside if we can, if that works out. But anyway, right, let's get our wheels on, get going. Right, so I think we are all set. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to the bottom headland, get out of the way. Ben is on the last time round the headlands. It's a 30-acre field here, so quite a big field. I'm going to get down here out of the way, because I'm probably, you know, I'll have to go along a little bit, check the pickup is running at the right level and all that, make sure we're picking everything up, clearing everything up, and basically learn what we're doing. So with our class baler, quite often it makes a difference which way you go, as in following the combine. At the moment Ben seems to be coming this way around the field, so this baler might follow the same, or it might be totally different. We are about to find out. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to just concentrate what I'm doing, and you're just going to have to sit there and do your own thing. Right, so we did have a bit of a false start on the first bale. I think it was my fault. I didn't have automatic wrapping engaged when I thought I did. So we now have one very big bale. The first bale out is enormous, and I did have to ring Chandler's demonstration man, and all credit to Chandler's and Richard. He answered the phone at 7:30 in the evening, and he put me right immediately. He knew what I'd done wrong, and he knew how I could fix the fault, but I couldn't work out how to manually wrap it, and he told me he knew how to do it. And at 7:30 in the evening, he sorted me out. So there's service for you. Rough on the headlands this year. I think that's true of any arable field. Tram lines are deep. So yes, not a rapid baling job on the headland, but hopefully when we get up and down we can see how we get on. I have to say, the box, that first beep, hopefully you heard that. It beeps when it's like a foot away from full, and then it's going to beep again in a minute. Oh yeah, I can count that. It's reading the size of the bale. There we go, that's full up. And it feeds in the wrap on its own. And what we always do when we're baling the headland, on the inside run, tip the bale away towards the hedge, out of the way. So I have already increased the density once on the bales. I think I know I've got at least one more set in. What I'll do, we'll get out, I'll probably have one more bale here, we'll get out, we'll have a look, see the bale, see if we can just knock him up one more notch. That first beep, that can be confusing. If you're not watching the screen, you do kind of think, hang on, he's going to wrap, but it's not there yet. So it gives you a beep when the wrapping is finished, and you can also hear the knife trip on the baler. So it's kind of two ways. Right, and then another beep tells you I'm ready to go on again. But what we're going to do, let's get out and have a look. See how we're doing. Okay, so this is a class bale, nice and tight. They are firm, but you can hopefully you'll notice. Take a good look at the bale. And we'll go to a belt baler. So this is a roller baler. You can see there the centre's not that tight, but they get really tight as you get towards the outside. On the belt baler, it starts rolling right from the start. So it's rolled all the way, a tight bale all the way from the start. Okay, so we're nice and firm. So I'm just trying to gauge the weight of them. Are they any heavier? So I can wiggle that one reasonably easily. Can I wriggle this one? That'll give us a bit of an indication of the weight. I wouldn't say there was a lot between them, so I think we'll notch up one more notch on the pressure. See how we go. Right, so we're up to 10 on the density now. And we're also hopefully away from any ruts on the headland. One thing I will say, everything so far seems to be faster than the Class, except for closing the door down. And so on the Class, you've got a double acting rams, you push your lever, it physically shuts it reasonably fast. This one is single acting rams with a catch that keeps the door shut. And so you just put your spool into float and it goes under its own weight. That does seem to be slower. The actual closing of the door does seem to be a bit slower than the Class. Right, let's check our density again. Let it shut down. It's pretty dusty stuff. You can see the combine, you probably can't, the combine's over there, probably can't see that. So we are up one more density. Oh, that's definitely a bit tighter. You can hear it. You can hear nice firm bales. Right, we're going to stick at that. Let's get on to a few more. Right, so that is the third time around of the headland complete. Ben is just down there. He's almost at the end of his swath. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit more of another swath just to fill this bale, and then we're going to line up on the starting line and we're going to follow along each other to see how they compare. Not speed wise, because it's not going to be a race, just to see how far we go on equal swaths to get a bale. So, see what happens. So I'm just going to chug along here. We're half a bale so far. I'm just going to fill up so we can have an empty chamber at the start. He's coming up to meet me. Right, I'll wait here then. I was going to come down to him, but he's coming up to me, so. Right, so we are losing the daylight a bit now, but he's coming up on the side of me. It'd be nice if he had a bale right alongside. Is he going to? I bet you don't. I bet it's kind of halfway along. Yes, look at that. Oh, can you see that? There he goes, look. Right, we're on. So, we are up to speed and running. He is just spitting one out. Maybe he's not. I don't know what's going on now. Right, so now he's coming alongside me. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Anyway, we'll work some of it out. So here we go. He will get the bale quicker than me. Ah, but only just. Oh, I've got a little bit of a head start on him, but it'll sort itself out in the run of the ground. We're off. I'd say we're pretty evenly matched at speed. I'm doing 6.5 kilometres. He'd be in the same gear as me. Don't forget, I had a little bit ahead of him, and I'm full up now. Is he? Oh, I can't see for dust. He's full up as well. Well, there we go. What you might just see he is doing, he is reversing, because the thing with a roller baler, when you stop on wrap, you lose crop. This baler, you don't, because the crop is contained within the belts. It all stays in there, but the rollers you lose a little bit while you stood stationary. In my dust cloud now, that's not very pleasant, I'm sure. That's me full again. 22, and he's full again. So I am getting a little bit more per bow in there, but not as much as I was expecting. And his door definitely closes quicker than mine does. Oh, blimey, we can't see nothing out the back. And he stopped again, and I'm going to stop. Oh, not quite. Now. And we have rain on the window. Bit of rain come. Saw a little bit of rain on the wing mirrors, I've got rain on the back window. This may well be the last bow. I think he's already stopped. Let's get out and have a look. It's raining. Right, that's it. Rain has stopped play. So this was a fair comparison because we are both making the same size bales, 4-foot bales, and I was, hopefully in a minute we can see you know, the difference in length. I think we were travelling the same speed. I think my wrapping and opening was faster, but the class definitely closes the door faster. Forward travel speed is no different, but there is a little bit more in one of these bales than in the class baler. Having said all that, this baler has the ability to go to 5-foot bales. Would we go to 5-foot straw? I don't know. We are set up for 4 foots. The trailers will fit 6 along the bed. If we went to 5 foots, we'd kind of get 5 and a gap. We definitely make 4-foot hay bales with this because hay feeding out, we're set up for feeding out 4-foot, you know, in ring feeders and whatnot. 5-foot straw, don't know, we'd have to look at that. Right, that's it for today. Rained off. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We do have a contractor booked, just come and square bill the rest of it. I would like to try this once more in a bit of sunshine, get some drone footage and all that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Right, so now it is time to take a proper look around the baler. Okay, so like we said earlier on, 4160V variable chamber round baler. So we'll have a wander around, proper look this time. Okay, and we have just for ease of moving it around, we have put it on the 178. because the 5712 is hitched onto something else now. Because I think we're 4 days on from that evening we went baling. We keep having little bits of rain overnight, and the straw as yet hasn't been baled, so we're not going to get to do any more with the baler, which is a disappointment. It's been here plenty long enough. It's just the weather hasn't helped us out. Yeah, so I was hoping to get some drone footage of it working, but we're just haven't had the weather to do it. And unfortunately now, it's been here nearly a week, but it's time for it to go. So there we are. It didn't work out, but at least we got to try it. We did get to try it a little bit, but there we go. Right, so starting at the front, nice wide pickup. Like we showed earlier on, the wheels store here for transport. You take them off and they slot into here, and then you set your height. You set the height of the wheels, keep the pickup up on here on some little pins. That's nice and easy to do, and they stow up there out the way to narrow the transport width, because the pickup is very close to full width of the baler, and it is quite a wide baler. So we've got nice big panels. What I'll do is it is a two-handed job to undo the panel, so I'll get them lifted up now and we'll have a look round underneath. So you can see the panels open up nice and wide, plenty high enough. You're not going to bang your head on them. So there's not a great deal under here actually. A couple of chains on this side. Pickup drive down here, and also under this side there is room to store a roll of net. So just 3 chains this side, and then you get some remote grease nipples. Okay, so those, you can see the pipes trace up round, go up onto the rollers at the top, the belt tensioners, and again there's more grease tubes heading to all the bearings, but they're greased from the far side. So next job, once we finish filming, we're going to get everything cleaned down, get all the dust off, ready to go back. But I just wanted to get this filmed, so it is in its dirty state, but it will be clean before it goes back. So this here is the rams that open the door, and the catches that keep it shut, and then we get some massive springs here and some hydraulic rams, and those are what keep the tension on the bale. And as the crop comes into the chamber, the bale expands, these stretch with it, but these keep the pressure on the bale. That's what keeps it tight, but equally they give to allow the bale to expand. Not a lot to see on the back door, pretty simple, no maintenance there, but you can see it is 4 big wide belts that make the bale. Round to this side again, same again, rams, and the tensioning springs are the same this side, and here is the big bank. Okay, so this is all your remote grease nipples. So these are all the pipes that disappear after all the bearings. Okay, so it's nice and easy. That's a big one this side, and then there's the 2 small ones, one either side for your greasing. And there's also a little sticker that tells you these only need doing once every 24 hours. And this said, and again here, everything just needs greasing once every 24 hours. Here we have a oil reservoir with a pump, and that is what lubricates the chains. Okay, so there's a big chain this side, and we've already seen the 3 chains on the far side. So that oil pot is what feeds that automatic lubrication. Up here is the net wrap system. So when the box tells you to stop, this motor runs, it starts feeding, and then as soon as the bale has caught the net, it pulls in on its own. Okay, so the motor only runs for a short time just to get the wrap started. And the second wheel is again stowed in the same place. So nice big wide pickup with a roller press on the front, and then the normal press to compress the straw into, and that then, if you can reach in to you can see a little bit better, in there is the big rotor that grabs the straw or grabs the crop and pulls it in. And also this baler is equipped with knives, so on the control box you engage your knives, they come up out of the floor, the knives come up out of the floor and engage with that rotor to give you your chopping action. but obviously baling straw, the little bit, the straw we baled, obviously it wasn't chopped, so the knives are pulled down out of the way to give a clear pass through into the chamber to make your bale. And just on the side panel, the extra cut, that is the chopping system. Okay, it's called the extra cut, and you can see it's got a pretty little picture of knives on there. So for accessing the net wrap system, you do get a nice fold down ladder. So we'll climb up and take a look. Okay, so just up on top of the baler, there's a clearer view of the belts that do the forming. And under here is the net wrap. So pretty simple, just the net feeds over various bars to give it its tension. So to change the net, you release the brake, which is this here. Wind that handle. Oh, it's gone a bit dark, I've shut the side down. But there's a handle in there, there it is. Wind the handle, that pulls back this cone. That then allows the empty roll of net to drop away. You put your new roll of net in here, in this cradle, lift them in, that positions it. So then you re-engage the cone, screw the handle up, and then it runs on its center tube. So nice and handy. I assume it's fairly easy, but obviously only doing a few bales, we can't comment on on any part of the net wrap system. Only that it worked first time every time after I got the settings right. So I guess just for the end of the video, we ought to do a comparison between this baler and the Claas Roland 250 we currently own, that you've seen in lots of other videos. I think, so like we saw in that comparison, forward speed, there was nothing to choose between them. Wrapping, like we said in the video, wrapping and ejecting the bale is quicker on this one, but I think closing the door and being ready to move again is quicker on the Claas. I think this baler takes less power to run than the Claas one does. When the Claas is getting full on the 5712, it does. You can tell that, you know, the fuel use creeps up, and you can hear the engine under load. You can feel it. You know, you can feel the load coming on the tractor. This one, it does take a little bit more to run it as the balers fill in, but nowhere near as much as the Claas one. And I'm fairly confident in saying you could run this baler on a smaller tractor than our Claas one. Even making the big 5-foot bale that I did make, that I didn't intend to, no matter how big the bale is, it doesn't seem to put any more draw on the tractor. I don't think the 178 would quite manage it, and I certainly wouldn't want to be sitting on it if it was trying, because of the dust. But there we go. So there we go. I think that will bring to an end our little overview and demo of the 4160V round baler. Unfortunate we didn't get to use it more, but that's just the weather. You know, that is nobody's fault. It's just the way it worked out. But there we go. Disappointing, but unavoidable. So firstly, we have to say thank you very much to Chandler's for letting us have a go with this baler. Thanks to Matt for sorting it out and bringing it over. Like I said, it's going away tomorrow. And also I must say thank you to Richard for answering the phone to me in the evening and putting me right. In probably 30 seconds, he knew exactly what the problem was, and it was totally my fault. I just hadn't pressed the right bit on the box. But there we go. Yeah, so thank you to everybody that sorted out, made arrangements to get in this here. Again, we didn't use it on the 178. That's just on there for ease of transporting stuff around. So there we go. We're going to get a comment to say I should have used it, but you saw the amount of dust that was coming out of this. There's no way I'm going to use a baler on a tractor with no cab. So there we go. Right, so there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this new shiny machine. Well, I call it a shiny machine. It is shiny underneath. I just need to clean it off before it goes back. There we go, look. That bit's shiny. So there we go. I would say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time, when hopefully we'll be collecting some square bales of straw, assuming the rain stops for long enough to get it baled.